Hey everyone, I'm Nico from Licks of the Beast, and today I'm gonna show you how to play all of the rhythm guitar parts to Wrathchild by Iron Maiden. This is the second video of this series aimed at beginner and early intermediate guitar players, as well as anyone who has an interest in how the main guitar parts of Iron Maiden songs are put together. The first one we covered was Flight of Icarus, and this time we're gonna look at a song with a little more movement, some quick alternate picking, as well as some really cool staccato parts that will require you to work on your timing, string crossing, and palm muting. Alright, so let's get right into it. Here is a beginner-friendly tutorial for Iron Maiden's Wrathchild. The song starts with the bass and drums playing the riff once before the guitars come in like this. So let's look at the picking here, because it's crucial to making this riff sound smooth. Start by picking the D power chord once and slide that over to E. Then play down, up, down on the E chord, alternating between heavy palm muting and a percussive strum. And finally an upstroke to start the pattern again. Play that 3 times, and on the 3rd time, instead of the upstroke, you'll just slide away from the E chord. Now, for the tail of the riff, it's gonna be straight alternate picking, down, up throughout. So here's the whole thing slowly. So that's how Dave plays the riff. Adrian plays it slightly differently as he hits the low E between the accented E power chords. So instead of this, he does this. The timing and picking are exactly the same. It's just that one note that is played an octave lower to balance out the sound a little bit better. This riff is played during and in between the verses. Next, we go to the pre-chorus, and that looks like this. So let's break that down. First we play a C and B power chord for 2 beats each, and then go to half the riff. And we do this twice. Then we play C and B to G and F sharp, so you have that parallel movement. Then back to C and B again, and then the G and F sharp are now played quickly. So let's listen to all of that together. And that takes us to the chorus, which goes like this. This chorus has a call and response type structure, even though both parts are actually played by both guitars. So the call being this, and the response being. So the first one goes like this. The second one. And the third one is again like the first. So altogether you get this. The end of the chorus, the "I'm coming to get you" part, is a very staccato rhythm that goes like this. So you're going to play the first part alternate picked, and the second part all down picked. And finally the tail, which is essentially a blues scale. Adrian's rhythm guitar part behind Dave's solo is basically just the riff played 4 times. And then we play the second half of the chorus as a clever transition to the next part. Now, after Clive's jazzy drum fill, we go into this staccato breakdown, also based on the blues scale. So we play the riff 4 times in E. Then we modulate to F sharp and play the riff twice. And we modulate again to G and play the riff 2 more times. So you have this balance by playing the riff 4 times in E, twice in F sharp, and twice in G. And then this section closes with the tail end of the chorus, which fits so naturally here. From there we go back to the riff, verse, pre-chorus, and chorus, and end with the tail of the chorus played 3 times instead of once. Insisting on a riff like this is a powerful statement and a classic way to end a rock song. Now the last pass features one guitar playing the riff an octave higher to raise the tension even more before the end. It almost gives a feeling of accelerating. I want to leave you with a bonus tip that will make your playing sound a little more nuanced and will make you seem a bit more seasoned as a player. Whenever you're playing a blues rock riff like the ones in Wrathchild, try to add a slight bend to the minor third. There are 2 minor thirds in the blues scale. From root to third, in this case we're in E, so E to G, and from 5th to 7th, B to D here. So whenever you're playing these intervals, try to give the third a slight bend. Not a lot, just barely a quarter step. It just makes it sound more alive as it brings that note closer to the next interval and gives it a sense of movement. So compare this to this. Can you hear what I'm trying to say? Now, on a riff like the breakdown with so many repetitions of the same pattern, maybe you want to avoid doing it every single time, as that would be overkill and it might end up making you sound out of tune. So that's it for this lesson. I hope this was easy enough to follow along and that it also provided some interesting insights for intermediate guitar players and perhaps non-musicians as well. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching and stay tuned for more licks of the beast.